Well, speaking of things from
Sounds good.
space,
Oh, a segue,
Yes.
I see.
thank you.
And I've been wanting Joe to talk about this forever. So yes, give me the
I
popcorn.
have talked about this though.
Not recently.
So the
Depends, like I wasn't
Pentagon
listening.
verified that those leaked videos from 17? I think one of them was shot in 2015, but they were leaked in 2017. Verified that they're real. Of UFOs, for those who don't know where I'm going with this. So I've had, of course, a million people ask me on Twitter about, you need to make a video about those UFOs. And I'm like, I already did. And and I shared on Twitter the video that I had made in response to those, back then. And it's funny because let me give the chronology of events over the last day or so. I went ahead and shared that, and I was like, for those who keep asking about it, I did cover this once before. And somebody responded and said, I seem to remember you saying that after the response you got from that video, you would never talk about UFOs again. I didn't remember saying that. But then, immediately, Twitter got all Twitter, and people started fighting at each other, and people started hating on me and everything. And I was like, oh, that's right. I didn't ever want to talk about this again. What a flashback.
Is it because it's a loaded subject with big opinions behind it, or what?
For some people, UFOs are kind of a religion.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Like, for real, a religion. In fact, the Raelians actually they believe in an alien god, basically, or an alien deity.
I mean, that's not too far off from every other religion, really, right?
I mean, if you want to go there, but I mean, some people just take it that seriously and get super emotional about it. And if you don't toe the line and believe it, you're basically insulting their religion. People don't handle that very well. So let me just share a video that let me pull it up here.
Yeah, can you just re-upload that video and do one of those things where you just give a new 30-second intro? Hey guys, there's some updates here, but I want to share this video from 5 years ago I did. Go ahead and check it out. And it's bam, you get all the views and everything without having to do much. It's not bad,
Yeah, it's not the worst idea.
If you I'm sure you still have the same shirt.
Yeah. Probably wearing it right now. So I actually found this video yesterday from Cool Worlds, which is a pretty great channel. And he did an interview with a guy named Mick West, who's kind of a debunker. So look, if you're all in on the aliens thing, you're not going to like anything that I'm going to say from this point forward. But he does a good job in this. Let me find some pieces here. So we've seen, this is the footage. Hang on.
Is it?
Yeah. Okay. So this is the footage that everybody was talking about. And can you hear what he's saying on here?
No,
but I do
okay.
love the ad on the side. The most realistic virtual lover.
Yeah. What have I been visiting that's giving me that ad? That's what I don't know.
You've not been visiting the place where you sign up for YouTube Premium and not see those things.
Yeah. Exactly. So the first thing that he points out on this video is that it's literally 200 pixels wide.
Right.
It's literally a potato,
Yeah.
or shot on a potato. But so it's infrared, so everything's reversed. The black is actually bright, so that's actually correlated to jet engines. He basically makes the point that this is a jet, but it's just being shot from an angle that makes it look kind of weird. And there's a bit in here where it rotates, and that got a lot of people's attention. So. And he's able to go in and use a camera to basically replicate this in his garage.
Huh.
Yeah, so he's talking about the rotation here. It you see where it's kind of turning. Sorry for all the people just listening to the audio.
So why did the pilots not know what they were looking at? Is this a super telephoto infrared camera that is better
It's
than
FLIR,
their
isn't
eyes?
it? I thought it wasn't a camera. It's something they have on their, what do you have, an F-35 Super Hornet he was flying? The guy went on Joe Rogan for 3 hours. Yeah, did you not see the Joe Rogan interview with the pilot?
No.
Oh, okay. So the actual
tell us,
pilot
Ben.
On this mission went on Joe Rogan and talked about it for 3 hours.
What did he
And
have to say about it?
Well, he said that kind of like what people were saying, he didn't know what it was. He kept calling it a Tic Tac because it wasn't shaped like
Yeah.
anything, and that the speed. He explained all this footage really in detail. And one of the really unique things was like how it moved off screen at one point. He said, we're flying at, I don't know, I'm just throwing out a number like Mach 3 or something, and this thing just somehow flew off of our screen, and there's just nothing that we know of that could possibly done that. Like we're really good at flying behind things and tracking them, and then all of a sudden it just disappears. Doesn't make sense. And so the flipping of the how it changes the view of it, the camera essentially, like it keeps flipping from different lenses, I guess you could think of it, but it's like the infrared to all the other ones. And so he was saying his the navigator, while he's flying, the navigator is trying to figure out what he's looking at, flipping through him, and he can't make sense of it. And you hear the voice of the guy explaining that too. So so he went on there, and he's, I mean, as credible as a person can be. Guys like a 25-year veteran of the Navy, like whatever. And this was actually not far. This was off the coast of Ensenada, I think, which is like 2 hours south of where I'm at right now. Yeah, it's fascinating.
Well, I can't speak to that because I haven't seen that.
I
But this
can.
guy was basically trying to show how he could emulate the same effect just kind of in his garage by like taking a lens and rotating it as the lens is focusing and changing its aperture and stuff. So it's producing a similar effect. And then he talked about this other video here where it's like moving really fast. And basically shows how it's like the same idea as like a balloon. You can see over here on the left side, like if you're traveling one direction and the ground is kind of moving the other direction behind you, and you're looking at the right angle, then it looks like it's flying through the air, but it's actually just kind of
I like
floating.
doing that when you're on the interstate, and if you're on like an off ramp or an on ramp, and the road curves, and you can look at one pole. At one point, the pole, as you get closer to it, will be going away from you in your perspective compared to the background, and then all of a sudden it passes and it does this. Like perspective is really weird, and how it forces with parallax and stuff. There's a lot of weird things like that just are very counterintuitive, just in our daily lives like that. Next time you're on a curve with where you see like light poles or something, look at the background and watch how the light pole will like move in front of you first and then all of a sudden zip behind. It's really strange.
Also keep your eyes on the road so you don't fly off of it.
Yeah,
do
please.
that
Yeah,
too.
don't do fixation.
Not all of us have cars that can drive themselves, Tim.
that's what autopilot.
I don't even have that update yet, by the way. Whoops.
Well, so basically, people keep asking what my thoughts are on it. My thoughts are, is the whole extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence, and a 200 pixel wide video is just not going to do it for me. If it can be explained away in some other way or reproduced in some way, then it's just not going to be the evidence that I need. Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to see aliens land. I want to be here for that. That would be the coolest thing ever. I've wanted to see.
Or the worst.
When I was a kid, I would go outside and look up in the sky for UFO. Like I have wanted this my whole life, but you have to apply that sort of rigor to it, or else it loses.
I think there's a gap too of the Pentagon and then the Navy and then the pilot and all these guys confirming they don't know what it is, and leaving that as a pretty wide open door to being like, oh no, it's definitely little green men. Like there's still a gap between those two things of like, yes, this is footage of something that we took. We don't know what it is, and it doesn't seem to fit with our understanding of physics and how things work here. So anyways, but if people are curious, the pilot went on Joe Rogan and explained it in depth. And yeah, I mean, he didn't, from my listening to it, I didn't get the sense that he nor Rogan or anyone else came away like, oh yeah, aliens are definitely real. This is definitely whatever. It was more just like, I don't know what the hell that was.
Sure.
It's definitely something that's beyond our understanding, but that doesn't mean it's necessarily, what the Area 51 people are all about.
Well, and then there are people that are like, oh, it might be some secret technology that the U.S. government has or some other government might have, and I'm sitting here like, God, I hope so. If we have that kind of technology, that would be awesome. You know?
I mean, very well could be. You know what I mean? I think it's that's where, to me, the gap of
Yeah.
Like you're saying, we don't have hard evidence of a thing. We just have maybe the best clue of a thing. I don't know.
Well,
you know what I mean? So you're still
let-
kind of like up in the air of like, I don't know.
Let me speak just real quick to aeronautically. So I kind of to echo all the idea that like obviously, you know, we don't, this is never can you say this is proof of like aliens, as bad as all of
Right.
us want that to be aliens.
Right.
It's an unidentified flying object. It's unidentified. We do not know what it is. But
It is
for
definitely
hygiene
a
maneuvers
UFO
and
in
stuff.
that term.
Yeah, exactly. So what people forget is like, you know, pilots can't experience more than a, you know, 6, 7, 8G maneuver, and that'd be pretty extreme, you know, for like a sustained period. If they're tracking something with a really long lens, and it's an uncrewed, you know, unmanned aerial, you know, like a UAV type of thing, some advanced hypersonic UAV or something, that thing can pull insane G's and literally just go and like be out of the range of a scope in an instant, you know, like literally it would look instantaneous because it can be so pull 50 G's. Who cares? Like there's no limit to how steeply you can bank and turn and
You should
operate
go
an
listen.
aircraft like that.
You should go listen to the pilot talk about it because he went through all that stuff in great detail.
Okay.
I
should shut up.
But I agree. It's weird, right?
Yeah.
It's super interesting, and I don't blame
Yeah.
anybody for getting excited about it and wanting to kind of get sucked down a rabbit hole. I mean, it's easy to do that. I do too. So for everybody who's banging into your keyboards right now, I'm with you. It's cool. It's exciting, but let's just you know,
Yeah.
let's just.
Calm down a little bit.
Yeah. Hey, thanks for checking us out, guys. I hope you enjoyed this clip from our podcast.
We do a weekly show here on YouTube, so make sure to subscribe to Our Ludicrous Future, where we discuss all the things that are going to make our future totally ludicrous.
You can join us here on YouTube or at any of your favorite podcast places. Plus, if you want to get some behind-the-scenes stuff and join a cool community, you can help support the channel at patreon.com. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, guys.